To the missile that landed, was launched on Saudi territory, it was an Iranian missile launched by Hezbollah from territory occupied by the Houthis in Yemen. The missile is very similar to a missile that was launched in July at the town of Yanbu. It was manufactured in Iran. It was disassembled and smuggled into parts into Yemen, and it was assembled in Yemen by operatives from the Revolutionary Guards and from Hezbollah, and then it was launched against Saudi Arabia. This is what happened. We see this as an act of war. Iran cannot lob missiles at Saudi cities and towns and expect us not to take steps vis-à-vis Iran. Under the UN Charter, Article 51 of the UN Charter, the Iranians cannot sit there and interfere in the affairs of the countries of the region, whether in Lebanon, whether in Yemen, whether in Syria, whether in Iraq, whether in Bahrain, and expect to get a free pass.
You are calling this an act of war, not a potential act of war, but an act of war, correct?
This is a very, very hostile act. And this is not the first time that missiles have been lobbed at Saudi Arabia. Iranian missiles by Iran's proxies. Who are the Houthis and what are Hezbollah? They're subsidies of the Iranian Revolutionary Guards.
What evidence do you have of that?
We have the missile. The aluminum came from Iran. The guidance systems are from Iran. The cables have Iranian letters on them. The suicide boats that the Houthis used in Yemen are Iranian. The computers have Iranian letters on their keyboards. The headquarters of the coalition to support legitimate government in Yemen yesterday had an extensive press briefing where they put out all this evidence. There is no doubt that these missiles and these suicide boats came from Iran.
By calling this an act of war, what is Saudi Arabia's intention towards
I am
Iran?
saying that the Iranians committed a aggression against Saudi Arabia, where an Iranian missile was fired at Saudi Arabia more than once by Iran's proxies. What do you call this? And so the Iranians have violated the UN Charter. The Iranians have violated international law by targeting and allowing their proxies to target civilians in Saudi Arabia. And we have said that we reserve the right to respond in the appropriate manner at the appropriate time.